Hello everybody. I have decided to make a very fun project. For this I'll be using this MDF, some black gesso, some mod podge. I have made these flowers, I have painted them and I've cut them. I will show you how I've done. So it's quite simple. I had this card with this design. If you don't have anything of this sort, you can always take a printout from the internet. So I'm using the round 0 brush and some acrylic paints. You can choose whichever colors you want. Just try and maintain the lines. So I've taken this green color here. I've decided to use some pink, some red, blues, and by the end of it all, I'll use some golden paint for some highlights. So now I'm done with the painting. I'm taking a pair of the scissors and I'll be cutting it. First I'm just cutting a little excess. Now I'll be doing the fussy cutting. It takes a little bit of a practice, but after a couple of times you get the hang of it. Just a little piece of advice, try and not to move the scissors and just move the paper around. Sorry, I went a little off camera here. So now I'm done. Now whatever the excess white thing is, I'm just covering it up with this red pen. it's done. So this is how I have made these flowers. So now for the primer, I am using the gesso. 1 coat to 2 coats should be enough, and depends on the primer. This is Little Birdie's black gesso. It has a pretty decent coverage. I'll just finish this coat and I'll get back to you guys. So now I'm using this golden chalk paint with stencils and stencil brush. So I've decided to use this numerical stencil. So now the key is that you need to load a very little amount of paint in your brush. So now I'll be stenciling at some random places. Whenever I feel that the paint is a little less, I can go back and reload a little bit. So now my stenciling is done. Now with the same stencil brush, I'm just giving the highlights on the borders with whatever paint I had left on the brush. So now I'm trying to figure out how I want the placement of the flowers to be. So it took me a long time. Still trying to arrange the flowers. So now here somewhat I have decided that that's the look that I want. So now I've started gluing this with Mod Podge. Try and get the Mod Podge in all the edges. Now I am pressing this with the help of a kitchen towel. I'm still confused where to put my flowers. So with this, the paper isn't too thick, so it's okay. If you have a very thick paper, it's always advisable to put them in a water for a couple of seconds and then apply Mod Podge and then apply to your MDF base. Over here, the only thing that you have to make sure is you get all your edges secured. And see, now this flower will move as I press it, so you can always bring it back into the place that you want. Now I think the placement of the flowers is done. So I'm just making sure that my flowers are secured. So I'm going to give them a coat of the Mod Podge from the top, and I'm going to give the Mod Podge on the entire MDF surface also. So one full coat. So this will secure everything. Once I'm done with the Mod Podge, I'm taking this fairy dust golden color and sprinkling it little bit on the flowers. I love the glitter. I love using the glitter on my project. They look really special after that. So just dust off the excess glitter. I'm taking the stencil and just doing a little bit of the part which is left. I'm again doing the borders with the same chalk paint that I've used for the stenciling. Now because my hooks were silver, so I'll be doing a little bit of the chalk paint touch on them as well. If you want, you can dip your finger in the chalk paint and coat them the same color as well. Now our last part, the varnish. I'm taking this glossy acrylic varnish. Mine has been kept for a while, so it has got a little bit more thick. So I've just added a little bit of more water to it. So I might need to do 2 coats, otherwise 1 coat is enough for these things which don't come in contact with water on a daily basis. If you want to make something with water resistant or heat proof, make sure you do at least 2 to 3 coats of the varnish. So I really like the way this key holder has turned out. I hope you guys also like it. Do give me your feedback, and I'll insert some photos